Hi, this is one of a series of videos on task design for telecollaboration between pupils from different countries. In this video, I will talk about a French-German tandem exchange in the virtual world OpenSim. In this exchange, students from France learning German communicated with pupils from Germany learning French. The pupils were between 14 and 15 years old, and their level of proficiency was A2, B1. Each telecollaboration task the students were involved in was embedded in a blended learning ensemble. There were some preparatory activities in class preparing the student for the main task, which was the communication with their peers in the OpenSim environment. And this communication was stimulated by posters, and I will talk about the posters in a minute. Then after the telecollaboration, there was a follow-up session in class where students talked about their experiences in the exchange. The pupils' meetings in the virtual world took place during class hours from the PC labs in school. And the main objective of these virtual meetings was to foster authentic, spontaneous communication between pupils from different countries. The language of communication during a meeting in OpenSim was either one of the two Tandem languages, or pupils would switch between languages depending on the language of the posters. The posters were placed into the environment to stimulate communication. In the examples that you can see on these screenshots, the content for the posters was created by the pupils themselves. They thought of statements they would like to discuss on a certain topic, and they then looked for pictures that would illustrate these statements. Or they took pictures of themselves that were connected to the topic they would have to discuss. Another option is to take pictures from the internet, like these posters, which were used to stimulate discussions on waste disposal and waste prevention. And finally, of course, teachers could also create posters with questions they would like their students to discuss. The topic of one of the units of the French-German tandem exchange was fashion. And as part of the preparatory activities, students took pictures of themselves in their favorite outfits, and these pictures were then placed in the environment, and students would meet in front of their pictures and talk about different fashion-related issues. The language of communication in this exchange was German. A worksheet with keywords guided the students through their conversation. And here you can see the worksheet that the students used. It consisted of different aspects the students were supposed to discuss. For instance, favorite outfits or favorite colors, outfit for school, outfits for special events, or attitudes towards brands, favorite brands in Germany and France, etc. And the students were also asked to note down their partners' responses so that they could later then report back to the class in the follow-up session. Let's have a look at what went well and what went not so well in this exchange. So first of all participating students enjoyed meeting and communicating with their peers in OpenSim. The students also liked the topics they had to discuss, and in particular topics that enabled them to talk about personal experiences, likes and dislikes, habits and opinions. And the posters proved to be a very flexible means for providing stimuli for the communication on the different topics, and it helped students to discover personal and intercultural differences and similarities. Comparing the different OpenSim sessions of this tandem exchange, we experienced that the communication went better when students only used one of the two Tandem languages during a session, like it was the case in the fashion example, which was dedicated to the German language. The only drawback of the exchange was connected to the lab situation and to class organization. Due to a limited network capacity leading to sound problems, only a few students could access OpenSim at the same time. So only 4 to 6 students from each country could take part in the telecollaboration task, and it was of course a challenge then to take care of the rest of the class in the meantime. Another issue was the disturbing background noise from the other students who were communicating at the same time, and this often made it difficult for the students to understand their partners. To solve these problems, we suggest that students meet outside class hours, and we will illustrate this in the next two examples.